Welcome everyone. In this session, we will explore how generators and yield help Python to write more memory efficient iterators. In the last session, we learned about iterators, iterables, what are the iteration protocol, and we also tried to manually do the iteration using the next method. In today's session, we'll learn about generators, which are a special class of iterators. We'll also understand how yield keyword transforms normal functions into generators, learn when and when to use them, and learn a compact generator syntax like the list comprehensions. So we can call it as a generator expressions. So what exactly are generators? When dealing with huge data sets or streams of data, it's inefficient to load everything into memory. Generators yield values one at a time, only when needed. This is called as lazy evaluation. They help us build scalable programs and simplify complex iterator logic. So, uh, yeah, unlike any like the return statements which exits the function, what yield does it pauses the function and save its state. This means where we left off the function in its next call, it can be resumed from that particular checkpoint state. When the generator function is called, it doesn't run immediately, it returns a generator object. Each call to next resumes the function until the next yield, and when all the values are exhausted, the function will raise and stop iteration just like the iterator. So to check this out, so maybe I will just call this also. So what happens here is, what I did here is gen count up. It called this function. At the first point, it saw yield and it paused and stopped the current state. So when I went and tried to print next gen, it printed one. Then after that, the next instruction was yield two. So it again paused there. So when I next called the gen next function, next method onto the generator object, it give me the value two. So it kept going till the value 3 was also printed, and after that it will raise a stop iteration error, and we can see the stop iteration error is raised here. So this is how the generator objects work. Generators versus list, if we compare, so a list can hold all the values in memory. With generators, we only compute and store values one at a time. So this can be helpful in scenarios where you are processing large logs or large data streams, or even sometimes infinite data coming from some user base or API endpoint. So for example, uh, if we are comparing these two, so you define both the functions in the same way, same syntax, just that you replace the square brackets via the round brackets. And even if you want to check what is the type, then we can also print the type here. Print type squares of gen, this particular variable, what is the type of it. So you can see the squares got loaded, the squares generator also got loaded, and when I printed the squares gen, this was called as a generator. So this is how you can just simply convert a list to a generator object, and you can even like check the type, just replacing the square brackets by the round brackets will do the magic. So in this particular squares generator, you would need to require the next. You can use the next function and print out the state. So that is you can take in as a short exercise for yourselves. Then coming to the generator expressions part. So generator expressions are a shorthand for writing simple generators. So it looks similar to like the list comprehensions, but it uses parentheses. They don't compute any actual values immediately, just like the normal generators, and are perfect for one-time use. So let's say created this generator object and I can put it in a squares function. So as we saw in the last session in the iterators and iterables, we saw how for loop uses the iter and next function when we wrote the custom countdown class there. So here when we apply for loop over a generator object, it will use that particular next function that is written into the generator syntax by the Python developers. So yeah, you can now see here how we have printed the numbers here. So 0, 1, 4, 9, 6. So instead of using next, 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 you can simply use a for loop on top of this. And whenever and until you run the for loop or you just want to check it for some conditions, till then this particular generator expression will keep yielding the results and you will get your desired results printed or returned via function. So in today's session, we learned how generators let us write elegant, scalable, and memory-efficient programs. We saw how yield keyword enables stateful iteration and how generator expressions can make syntax more cleaner for simple generator use cases. In the next session, we will see decorators, how to modify or enhance the behavior of functions without changing their code. We will also explore argpass. So argpass is a library for building command line tools. So yes, thank you for joining today's session. Let's meet in the next session. Have a nice day.